Okay, this commission meeting on February 22nd, 2023 at 6 p.m. at the Sussex County Administration Center in the Commissioner Meeting Room on 1 Spring Street in Newton, New Jersey. A roll call, please.
Commissioner Space?
Here.
Deputy Director Yardley?
Here.
Director Carney?
Here.
Commissioner Fantasia? Here. Commissioner Hayden?
Here.
Number 3 is a moment of silence and a salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Number 4 is our public statement. Pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, PL 1975, adequate notice as defined by Section 3D of Chapter 231, PL 1975 has been made by regular mail and email, with such notice being submitted on January 4th, 2023, from the Administrative Center of the County of Sussex, located at 1 Spring Street, Newton, New Jersey, to the following: New Jersey Herald, Star Ledger, WSUS Radio, and WNNJ Radio, and is also posted on the bulletin board maintained in the Administrative Center for public announcements, and has been submitted to the Sussex County Clerk in compliance with said act. At this time, please mute all electronic devices. Number 5 is approval of agenda. There are 3 items for tonight that we're tabling. Item 12, that's approval of minutes. We did not get them done, so you guys will have a chance to look at them. Resolutions is amended to remove items H, M, and A to vote on separately. Can I have a motion to approve the agenda minus H, M, and N
The agenda is amended.
as amended?
So moved.
Commissioner Space, can I have a second?
Second.
Commissioner Hayden, is there any discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstain? Pass. Okay, so we'll go to H, M, and N.
You vote, yeah, we'll vote on that during resolutions.
Okay. All right, number 6, proclamations, certificates, and presentations. There are none. Public hearing, there is none. Number 8 is public session from the floor. This public session is for those wishing to make a comment of 3 minutes or less regarding an agenda item. Please line up at the microphone and state your name, municipality, and agenda topic for the record. I get a motion to
So moved.
open to the public. Take it a second.
Second.
Mr. Hayden, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, abstained, pass. Is anybody here that would like to make a statement on agenda topics only? All right, seeing none, I get a motion to close to the public.
So moved.
Commissioner Fantasia, can I get a second?
Second.
Commissioner Yardley, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Yeah.
Opposed, abstained, passed. Number 9 is commissioners' comments. We'll start with Commissioner Hayden.
Okay, so this week met with the Lake Muscatine Council. They got $500,000+ grant to buy all new equipment to clean the lake. It's a good thing. Their meetings are public on Zoom at www.muskinecon.org. They are all at 7 if you want to see what's going on there. Fun finance fact of the week. County taxes support capital projects at Sussex County Community College and the Sussex County Technical School. County taxes also support a portion of the operating budget for both schools. The Board of School estimate for each school is made up of 3 commissioners and 2 members of the Board of Trustees and 2 members of the Board of Education. I had the opportunity today to meet with the members of the teachers unit for the Sussex County Technical School regarding some concerns they have brought to my attention, and have heard them, and we will gather more information about this, and we will continue to meet with them on that. Also, the Sussex County Library System has added a new feature, which is really nice. If you don't have a printer, don't want to go to a place like Staples, you can go to sussexcountylibrary.org, click on the wireless printing icon, and you'll be able to print at the library of your choice, as long as you can go pick it up in 24 hours. It's 15 cents for a grayscale and 25 for black and white. And that's all I got.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Space.
Backpack Snacks for Kids feeds children in need. WNNJ 103.7, WSUS 102.3, and Max 106.3 will host the 8th annual Backpack Snacks for Kids food drive at the Weiss Markets in Franklin and Newton on Saturday, March 18th. From 10 to 3, the Backpack Snacks for Kids program provides Sussex County children with meals and snacks for the weekend and is all possible thanks to our generous community and a team of dedicated volunteers at the Social Services Food Pantry. Items such as meals in a can, tuna, soup, oatmeal, granola bars, and applesauce are packaged in snack-sized containers and distributed to children in participating school districts to bring home at the end of the week. Since September, the food pantry has distributed approximately 2,000 backpack snack weekend bags each month, which is an increase of approximately 800 bags compared to previous months last year. Donations from the Backpack Snacks for Kids food drive go directly to Sussex County children in need. If anyone is in need of food for themselves or their family, they can stop by the Division of Social Services, which is located at 83 Spring Street, Newton, New Jersey, from 8:30 to 4:30, Monday through Friday. Food or pet donations are accepted during these hours, or special arrangements can be made for after-hour donations by calling 973-383-3600. County of Sussex participates in New Jersey Counts 2023. The County of Sussex participated in New Jersey Counts 2023, New Jersey's annual point-in-time PIT, count of the homeless, from January 25th, 2023 until February 1st, 2023. The event provides a statewide snapshot of homeless households in our communities, where they find shelter, what their needs are, and what factors contribute to making them homeless. Volunteers completed surveys of homeless residents as well as conducted outreach in community to raise awareness about the problem of homelessness. Backpacks filled with blankets, winter clothing, hygiene items, snacks, and human service resource guides were distributed to over 50 individuals and families in need. A full statewide report will be released later this year. Last week I had a chance to go to OEM to see the damage from the recent flood, which I think most of us did, and was pretty disappointed to see that, but they're working hard to get resources that they need and trailers to get themselves back up and running. But while I was there, I decided to take a tour of the 911 center, which I had been at when they first opened, and I was very impressed, and they are definitely the front line to every emergency, in the county that they, service. And I didn't know that there's a text message that you can text 911. I thought it was just you had to pick up the phone, so I found that pretty interesting. And they also were able to log in and show me that if there was like an emergency in certain schools that have opted into this program, where the dispatcher can literally see inside of like a high school like High Point, and if there was like a school shooting, they'd be able to see and pinpoint what's going on where. So I think that's just great, and I was very impressed with that. We did receive 2 new buses through the ARPA funds and for transit, and I got to tour those the other day, and it's nice to see that we're putting that money to good use. And that's about it.
Perfect, thank you. Commissioner Fantasia.
If you can believe me, I'm going to be brief tonight because we have our...
Because it's Ash Wednesday?
Not because it's Ash Wednesday, because we have our budget workshop after, so I will be brief. I'm going to begin with the Health Department update. The Sussex County Division of Health continues to offer COVID-19 vaccinations. The next scheduled is at the Sussex Wantage Library, 69 County Route 639 in Wantage on Wednesday, March 8th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. You can complete a consent form in advance at the Sussex County website, sussex.nj.us. And Public Health Nursing continues to provide weekly homebound vaccinations for those who elect to take advantage of that. We still continue to offer free at-home COVID-19 test kits. Visit our website and you can schedule an in-home test through Vault Medical Services. The most recent New Jersey Department of Health COVID-19 level activity report has Sussex County at a medium level, which is yellow, 97.5% Omicron and its variants. We are seeing a sharp decline in COVID in Sussex County. For the past week, we've been reporting an average of 17 cases a day. And our hospitalizations are very, very much down. In February, thus far, we have 22 hospitalizations in comparison to January, where we had 76. And in December, we had 66. So we're definitely seeing a change with that. Now, to give you the update on flu and respiratory illnesses, which is something that I requested at the start of the year, Sussex County is now in a low level of influenza activity, which is an improvement. We were at a moderate level prior. New Jersey long-term care facilities overall for their flu is at a rate higher than last year. One thing that is a little concerning is New Jersey emergency room visits related to the flu are about double the rate that they were last year at this time. So it seems flu is fairly severe. Also, the New Jersey school absenteeism rate related to flu is 25% higher than it was last year at this time. There have been 4 confirmed flu-associated pediatric deaths in the state and 78 severe pediatric cases of the flu this season. And we do know that outbreaks of the flu and RSV continue to be reported in all settings throughout the state. The circulating strains are influenza A, H3N2, and H1N1, and influenza B. What I can say is that the school absenteeism rate in Sussex County due to the flu, we are one of the highest counties in the state right now. The highest, we are at 7.44%. Cape May is the highest at 7.77, and the lowest is Mercer County at 3.52. But the silver lining is that as far as outbreaks of flu and that RSV virus that was whipping around the children, I am very happy to report there are 0 RSV outbreaks in schools and daycares, 0 RSV outbreaks in Sussex County long-term care facilities, 0 influenza A outbreaks in our schools, and 0 influenza A outbreaks in a long-term care facility. So what that means is that within those facilities, the children or the residents of those facilities are not spreading to one another. So these cases seem to be coming from outside. A child will go to school, have the illness, but they are not spreading within the actual school building or the long-term care facility. So that's positive news from a health standpoint. On Saturday night, I had the pleasure of visiting with a group called Winter for Kids. They recognized Senator Steve Oraho for his contributions. If you're not familiar with Winter for Kids, it's the National Winter Activity Center that's located at the former Hidden Valley ski resort. And what the goal is to improve the lives, health, and fitness of youth through winter activities, traditionally children that aren't exposed to the types of activities that are offered, predominantly skiing, sledding, etc. The winter programs help kids mitigate self-harm, violence, substance abuse, food insecurity, and other negative experiences and behavior. And it's meant to increase lifetime enthusiasts and winter sport competitors. Senator Oraho's connected to that because he was one of the first individuals that the group had approached back in the day to see if something like this could even happen. And there have been 11,000 kids that have actually gone through the program, students from urban areas who, again, normally don't have the ability to experience these kind of activities up here. And their goal is to be serving 10,000 kids a year by 2027 is their goal. There's a lot of big donors that do donate to the program, and I have to say it was very, very nice to see the senator recognized because he was incredibly instrumental in getting that off the ground, all the proper permits. I mean, one thing to have an idea, and that's great, and we can sit and talk about ideas all the time, but when you actually put that into action and impact so many children's lives, it really was an amazing thing. So I was able to attend that on Saturday evening. Also last night I was able to attend the Hardiston Republican Club. I know we have liaisons to some of the different towns. They were explaining a bit about their budget. They appear to be in fairly good shape this year. They're planning at this point to be coming in flat for their budget. This year they had increased revenue, so that was actually very, very good for them. So I gave them just a couple county updates as to what we were doing, that we were having our budget workshop tonight, and I look forward to visiting them again. Thank you.
Thank you. Deputy Director Girdley.
Thank you. At the Morris County Veteran Stakeholder Meeting, I met David Haslett. He works for Goodwill Industries, and They have a homeless veterans reintegration program, and it's employment focused, funded by the Department of Labor, Veterans Employment and Training Service, designated to assist reintegration of homeless veterans into the meaningful employment within the labor force and provide effective support and resources to address the barriers towards work. They have case management, support services, occupational training. They are looking to expand their operation. They have 109 veterans that they're dealing with right now. They've asked for a letter of support. Senator Oroho, I spoke with him, and he is supporting this initiative. So I was wondering if we could, if I could pass this. Well, Christine has this already. She can share that with the board, and if we could do a letter or resolution, maybe reach out to the senator and see what he has, that type of thing. I also toured the OEM facility, and it was pretty much a mess. But the 911 center continued to operate, which was a good thing. And also, they were ready to move to a backup if they had to do that. So I think I'm very glad that that facility has all of the redundancies that it needs. There's the stakeholder meetings, and where Mickey Sherrill and Tom Kane attended the meeting, and it's about developing a program to have a mental health center up here, somewhere that our veterans, instead of going down to, say, East Orange, would be able to go either to Morris County or Sussex County, wherever this thing gets placed. I believe the board sent a resolution a while back supporting this. However, it's all new people in Washington, D.C., and we will have to resubmit some new things. And so we're waiting for a notification from them as to who things go to, and help us with whatever we may have to say. So I think that's a good thing. Mental health is one of those things that for veterans just doesn't get addressed as well as sometimes in the public. Let's see here. I had an economic development board meeting. The board is continuing to develop a program, best practice programs for municipalities that may want to get involved in promoting some economic development in their communities and approaches to that nature. All right, the Division of Health, environmental health, there were 140, health code 44 inspections from January 1st to the 31st, 37 food establishments for animals, 3 canning facilities, 17 temporary food plans, environmental health, 17 domestic wild animal bites were reported. 21 cats, 8 foxes, bats, 2 bats, 1 rat, goat, 1 animal was sent for testing, and 2 people received PE treatment. That's when you get bit by an animal, you have to get the rabies shots. And that's my report.
Thank you, Deputy Director. I have Sussex County Division of Engineering. This is tunnel warning signage updates for County Route 519 tunnel. We brought this up a couple years ago. This is a major tunnel with the culvert underneath, DOT job. That's going to cause some havoc in Andover. But this project involved the update of warning signage related to height restriction tunnel on County Route 517 in Andover Borough. Engineering undertook these updates to better inform truck traffic of the tunnel and advise of the appropriate alternate truck route. Milestone status, check on the engineering field measurements and investigation, check on plan development design, check on work order development, check on sign layout, and check on sign installation. So I will be giving a lot more information on this as this progresses. Again, like I said, it's a little bit of a mess over there. It's going to detour a lot of vehicles away from that route, which is going to cause havoc on the local roads and for the residents in those areas. So I'll be updating you as it progresses. The commissioners attended a luncheon for mayors last Friday, February 17th, which was well attended. It was a great opportunity to connect with the municipalities in Sussex County. Each of the commissioners have assignments as municipality liaisons. Deputy Director Yarley and I stress that the entire board is here to assist the county's municipalities in any way I can. It was very informative on both parts. I also wanted to advise that the county has been contacted by some retirees regarding frustrations with functions with the county's health insurance plan. I wanted to take a moment to advise that we have received these concerns, and our health insurance provider and broker is actively working on these issues. I've been a strong advocate for the county's employees, and I will continue to be regardless of whether you are an active employee or retiree. I met with Wayne McCabe and had a tour of the Historical Society. Herb's actually the liaison for that, but I went there on some family business. My son's great-great-great-grandfather was a congressman, which died in Washington Square in 1913. He was actually the last congressman that came out of Sussex County before Scott Garrett. So we spent about an hour together. Pretty cool place if you like history. I actually like to see some of the schools take tours there, because I feel like that's left out of our education, where you grew up and what we're about. I want to congratulate everybody involved in our CWA negotiations. That got done. That was ratified. I appreciate all the employees, Ron, Elka, the negotiating team from the CWA. That was very important. That's something that I worked on when I first got here with the 2022 board. I appreciate that, having my back and doing the right thing like we all knew from day one. So we kept our word on that, and I'm very proud and happy that that got done. That's all I have. Moving on, number 10 is the approval of the consent agenda. There is none. Number 11 is approval minutes, which we will be tabling. Number 12 is an ordinance. I'll be reading this. This is introduction for first reading, ordinance 23-01. Amending speed limits established along County Route 622 under resolutions entitled Establishing Speed Limits on Newton Schwartzwood Road in the townships of Stillwater, Hampton, and Frieden in the town of Newton, dated August 27, 1974. This motion is to adopt this ordinance on the first reading and authorize the clerk to advertise this ordinance as introduced for the first reading, and also post same on the bulletin board in the lobby of the County Administrative Center, together with a notice of public hearing stating that a hearing will be held on March 8th, 2023 at 6 p.m. prior to final adoption of this ordinance. Can I get a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Commissioner Yardley, can I have a second?
Second?
Second, Commissioner Fantasia. Any discussion on this? This is our first reading. Seeing none. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Space,
Yes.
Deputy Director Yardley,
Yes.
Director Carney,
Yes.
Commissioner Fantasia,
Yes.
Commissioner Hayden.
Yes.
Number 13 is appointments and/or resignations. A motion to adopt resolutions A through H.
So moved.
Commissioner Space, a second, please.
Second.
Commissioner Hayden, any discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Abstain? Carries. Number 14 is resolutions.
Excuse me.
Yes.
In there, I noticed Jennifer Sortino was, we just approved her as the health officer to provide public health services. She's here. Are we going to congratulate her?
We sure could.
Where's Jennifer? There you are. You're being blocked.
Blocked by Lorraine. Lorraine's hiding you.
She's hiding back there.
Jennifer, why don't you come up? I don't mean to take over the meeting, but
Well, you're a
if our-
deputy.
maybe our administrator, you want to introduce her a little bit?
Well, I think we've done that last meeting, and she convinced me
Congratulations.
immensely on how embarrassed she was on that.
She's not going to want to come back.
No,
to me.
she did come back the next day. That was a good day. But I'm so happy that you've taken the job as the health officer, and it's been appointed unanimously by the board. You're a wealth of a good fit there. It's been a long time coming. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
You sit tight, we're gonna take a picture after, right before we go into executive.
Okay, could I just say very quickly, I just want to thank the commissioners, Ron Tappan, Christine Florio, and all the others that helped to approve me into this position as Division Director and Health Officer. I am very passionate about public health, and I honestly can say I love what I do every single day that I do it. I appreciate this opportunity, and I hope to use my education and my experience to make a positive impact on Sussex County, not only because I worked here for so long, but because I live here too, and I really care about this county. So thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Okay, 14 is resolutions. Resolutions M, N, and H will be taken out and voted on separately. I need a motion to adopt, I believe I got this right, A through G and I through K.
L.
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 I through L.
So close.
I would, you know what I mean? I'm a C student in high school, is all you can get.
They have 25 letters in the alphabet.
Can I get a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Commissioner Space, can I get a second?
Second?
Commissioner Fantasia. Any discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Pass, carries. All right, can I get a motion to adopt resolutions M, N, and H? You ready?
So moved.
Commissioner Fantasia?
Second.
Second, Commissioner Space. Discussion? All in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained?
Abstain.
Carries. Awards and contract change orders and bids. The Board of County Commissioners of the County of Sussex has reviewed the award of contract change orders bids consisting of various proposed resolutions and determined that adoption of these said resolutions is and will further the public's interest. Motion to adopt resolution A through E.
So moved.
Commissioner Fantasia, second please.
Second?
Second Commissioner Space. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Space?
Yes.
Deputy Director Yardley?
Yes.
Director Carney?
Yes.
Commissioner Fantasia?
Yes.
Commissioner Hayden?
Yes.
15 is financial. We have one resolution. This is payment of bills list, February 22nd, 2023. I get a motion to pay the bills.
So moved.
Commissioner Space, second Commissioner Fantasia. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Space?
Yes.
Deputy Director Yardley?
Yes.
Director Carney?
Yes.
Commissioner Fantasia?
Yes.
Commissioner Hayden?
Yes.
Number 16 is personnel. There is none. Number 17 is the administrative report.
Real quick tonight, because I know we're going into the budget cycle, and we got to roll our sleeves up here, but I do want to personally thank Elka and her staff. It's been a long, treacherous budget cycle this year, and I appreciate all the help that her and your department does. Next meeting, we will be cutting 35 checks to be distributed for the small business program, so that we've got a listing here for all the commissioners that you want to go to your respective liaison municipalities that are getting checks in those towns or the businesses. So we'll be distributing those the Thursday after they're cut. And there are another 27 applications in the queue, meaning it's in Solis's queue to be reviewed. In all, that's 62 applications that we have in the system that either are going to be dispersed or ready to be approved and then ready to be dispersed. So it's really taking on traction. Right now, we have $328,000 worth of disbursements approved to go out to the small businesses. And that's all I have.
Are we seeing any more coming in by the week or by the day?
I
or
approved,
is it-
it's pretty odd, I approved 5 today.
Oh, very good.
So it was real getting kind of shady there before a couple of days, and I go on it every day, and Saturday, Sunday, every day I go on it, and just all of a sudden 5 popped up today. So I think I'm hoping that the mayor's meeting that we were at the other day, we re-communicated to all the mayors that were there to keep pushing the efforts. I put Mike Francis on the pedestal a little bit because he went door to door in Hopakon. Every business that was there, he had an application product, and he handed it out to every business. So I said, I don't know if every mayor has the luxury of doing that, but something between the two to get the word out. And it's really the mom and pop shops that we just don't know sometimes that are in the municipalities that really can really take effect, have a big effect on. So, yeah, that's it.
Very good. Thank you much. Can't wait to hand out those checks.
Yeah.
Number 18 is county council report.
Nothing, still waiting on documents from the state on our nursing home suits, our document requests, and we're still waiting on our court date, which is pending in the spring.
All right, 19 is unfinished business. Is there any unfinished business? I guess this falls under unfinished business. We talked about this a little bit. This pertains to senior services, moving the offices from upstairs to the second floor down to the first floor. We got some prices on some of the cubicles being moved, and it was pretty high. But Lorraine Hentz, our deputy administrator, worked some magic, and she lowered that price, which falls under some monies that she had. So basically what we would do is obviously swap some offices to better help our seniors and keep them downstairs. God forbid the elevator doesn't work, the seniors will be able to walk to senior services. That changes employee services to upstairs on the second floor, not doing anything with their offices now, putting us in the employee services, again, not changing anything in the offices at this point due to funds, right? So I basically.
Creates a problem.
I'm sorry?
That creates a problem, because if we're all here, there's no separation. If you're not going to petition the offices, we're all gonna sit in one general area. That's where you may run into a problem. I'm just saying, I think you need to find a way to get that set up so that I can sit in an office, or I can be out wherever we're gonna be, but if we're all gonna be in one area where there's mutual desks, it's gonna create a problem.
Well, for one, and I'm not gonna argue with you here, up here today, but odds on us being here at the same time is pretty slim. There's other offices we go to. I personally don't need an office. I don't ever go into mine. When I talk to our employees, I go to them.
I'm not
But-
questioning any of that.
Understood.
All I'm saying
Understood.
is,
So it's basically, what I'm trying to do is get the ball rolling to help senior services out, so we can sit on our hands and not do anything. But again, when our elevator goes out, or there's some people that, can't walk up the stairs, it's just easier. And also keeps Lorraine close. She's a deputy administrator. She should be around Christina and Ron, and even Elka to a point. So it's something that I think needs to be done, and I guess if we're going to do that, I would like to get it done now. So I'd like to get a motion, put that on the floor, so Lorraine could continue doing what she was doing.
I would just like to say that, most of the time when we are here, and the work that we do here is in the field, and it's not necessarily in our office. I can count on one hand how many times in a month I'm sitting at my desk in my office doing a county function. You are always out in the field. So to have employees that are here all the time, for a full 40-hour week workload in the office, I am not disagreeable to moving to a space. My only requirement would be like in that area where we do have that there is a modicum of privacy should you need to make a call, take a call. I know there's the 2 offices there that probably have better soundproofing than what we have now. I mean, now you can tap, and I can hear, the little scratch of your fingernail on that cubicle wall. So these, on the other side, you really can't hear. You do have privacy, and there's 2 offices. I'm not disagreeable to that. I just need a place to put my things, maybe make a phone call. I don't mind sharing those offices. It's, for the favor of exactly what you just said. So senior services can be there, and so the employees who are here all the time benefit from that, not just for my luxury of when I come to that specific little cubicle to do whatever it is I do in the cubicle. I use that space very little.
We also have the executive session.
We do.
I think we have a lot of
Private
places,
So-
places to use. And again, you guys want to share, if, Dawn and Bill wanted to use one, and then Bill and Herb wanted to use the other. I do not need one whatsoever. I am good with going here, going there.
Chris, we'll let you use our office.
Thanks a lot. So again, just to move things forward and cut out the bureaucracy, if I can get a motion to have Lorraine continue moving senior services, employee services, and the commissioner's offices in the direction we just spoke about. I
So
appreciate
moved.
that.
I'll make a motion.
Mr. Space, I have a second.
Second.
Mr. Fantasia, we should, all in favor, right, on that one? And any more discussion? Was that enough discussion? Good, all right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Carries. I do appreciate that. New business, is there any new business, number 20? Nothing? Okay. Number 21 is a public session from the floor. This public session is for those wishing to make general comments of 3 minutes or less on non-agenda topics. Please line up at the microphone and state your name and municipality for the record. Can I get a motion to open the floor for public comment?
So moved.
Commissioner Hayden, second.
Second.
Commissioner Fantasia, any discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Abstain? Carries. Is there anyone out there?
Hi. Rayanne Giroux, Hampton Township resident, president of CWA Local 1032, Branch 10. I know I have 3 minutes. I'm coming just to reach out to you. Thank you again for, to Ron for meeting with the negotiation team. We feel we did do the best contract we haven't had in 10 years. I do want to give you an idea of what happened. Our members are angry. We did the best we could. Behind the scenes, I took a lot of flack, a lot of verbal abuse. It happens. I mean, that's why I'm in the position. I can take it, sort of. But I was looking through and trying to figure out where things were going wrong. And I do understand that with these increases in job movements, members are still working 2 jobs. They see their family less. They work 12 to 15-hour days, including weekends. They wish it would end. I think they wanted a fix the past 10 years in this 3-year contract. We knew it wasn't going to happen. I mean, we tried, but we wanted to also be realistic. I think we were realistic. But then others thought not. But please, I just want to let you understand where they're coming from, because if you do go and visit with employees and they're angry, they're probably going to be angry at me. Let it go. But if they're angry at you, I want you to know that, according to Sussex County, the cost of living is 18% higher than the national average, and that's why they're still working their second jobs. I don't know how to make this better. Could it have been better? I'm still fluxing that because I'm still getting, I guess you can say, verbally abused by it. But understand their perspective. They wanted to quit a second job. They want to be more with their families. They're tired of working 12 to 15-hour days. So I just wanted to let that out. And maybe the next contract, something you all can think about, is maybe having a liaison in there, listening to what's going on in that negotiation team. You may not be allowed to say anything, but at least your presence there so you know, too, what is going on. Because I think another thing that happened was they were being told stuff by commissioners and then literally calling us a liar because the commissioners were saying one thing, we were saying another. And we're like, well, yeah, I get what they're saying, but if you went this way, and it was more numbers. That's it? Okay.
No,
1
1
minute.
minute.
Oh, so I just wanted to maybe have you all think about
Keep
that.
going, take your time.
No, it's okay. So we had a little bit of a mess to clean up. I guess I can't do this.
Take your time. He did a good job. We all
Yeah,
know that.
So anyway, I think maybe the next time you can all think about having a liaison in there, because I think it would help with communication, because then we'll all be on the same page. I think we were at different pages at one point, and then the verbal abuse was just nonstop. So I think just think about that for the next negotiation, which is like in 2.5 years anyway. So, and I apologize. You just have no idea the amount of anguish that has been going on. But thank you for maybe just thinking about that for next time.
Thank you. And you
Thank you,
don't
Rick.
deserve the abuse. I just want to say that publicly. You did a good job. Is there anybody else? Seeing no one, can I get a motion to close the floor for public comment and return to regular business?
I mean,
Commissioner Yardley, a second, please.
Second.
Commissioner Hayden, any discussion? All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Abstained? Carries. 22 is our reminders. Please check the county's website at www.sussex.nj.us for our meeting schedules. And number 3 is our executive session. This is a closed session. Will you read the resolution, please?
Whereas
Christina?
whereas the subject matters about to be discussed may be excluded from the public portion of the meeting by resolution of the Board of County Commissioners as an exception. My page is missing. As an exception to the as an exception to the Open Public Meetings Act pursuant to NJSA 10:4-12B, and whereas it appears necessary for the Board of County Commissioners to discuss such matters in executive session. Now therefore be it resolved that the Board of County Commissioners of the County of Sussex, in accordance with the provisions of NJSA 10:4-12B and NJSA 10:4-13, that the board at this time enter into an executive session from which the public shall be excluded, and be it further resolved that the general nature of the subjects to be discussed relate to the following items authorized by NJSA 10:4-12B as designated below. One, matters required by law to be confidential budget. 4 matters relating to collective bargaining agreements, contracts. Be it further resolved that deliberations conducted in closed session may be disclosed to the public upon the determination of the Sussex County Board of County Commissioners, or provided by law that the public interest will no longer be served by such confidentiality. And be it further resolved that upon completion of the business for which the board has entered into the executive session, the board shall not reconvene and will resume its meeting open, will not resume its meeting open to the public. And be it further resolved that the board expects to not take formal action after returning from executive session, except to adjourn the regular meeting.
Make a motion to adopt the executive session resolution.
So moved.
Enter into executive session. Commissioner Space, have a second.
Second.
Commissioner Hayden, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Pass. 24 is adjournment. Can I get it? Oh, I'm sorry. Take that back. Take that back.
We did not adjourn.
Backspace.